When you're ranked in the top 5, your very existence is a cauldron of pressure. And that is ratcheted up when you go on the road. And this highly ranked squad has found itself coming into a snake pit in this one. Welcome to the home of the Purdue Boilermakers, Ross Age Stadium in West Lafayette, Indiana. As we'll see the number 5 team in the country, the Oregon Ducks, taking on a squad hoping to prevent another L this week, the Purdue Boilermakers. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, Jesse Palmer alongside. Guys, we can't wait to see this game. Been looking forward to it all week. The Ducks will boot it away to start the game. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Boilermakers offense will have the football first. And are we ever lucky to see these two great quarterbacks in action here today? And Jesse, it won't be long before we'll see them squaring off on Sundays.
Yeah, and these guys can both stress a defense for similar reasons, and we've seen it all year long, right? Both guys have tremendous arm talent, and both guys can hurt you running the football as well. So these defenses are really going to have to be careful with...
Breaks into the open. He gets those chains moving, gets it out to the 42-yard line.
And running backs are so good, so talented, so elusive. You see nowadays they really have the ability to make you miss, run you over. Unbelievable effort. Nice job. You keep that going, you're going to be hard to stop.
Big chunk play to start this drive. Now they'll really try to take it to this defense. Looking to throw on first down. Quickly complete. Almost got it to midfield on that one. He's out of bounds, a yard short at the 49.
When you run this out route, you know you're starting to get close to the sidelines. I know I got to start slowing down and find a way to drag or get one toe, a pinky toe, a big toe, whatever I can inbounds. Nice effort, nice catch, way to keep something inbounds.
And he is snuffed out, greeted by a host of defenders.
Stopping the run is about physicality. It's about I'm bigger than you, I'm stronger than you up front. Really nice job by the defense, showing their strength, bowing up, stuffing the run.
Doesn't quite make it to the first down marker. He's a yard short.
Well, they try to go quarterback design run on that play, but the defense just not buying it. Nice job, everybody playing downhill and making a tackle close to the line of scrimmage.
This offense wants to establish an aggressive identity. They'll go for it on fourth down. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down.
And coaches have their scripts and their play sheets, and they have fourth and short. You know, when you get in these situations, they have plays that they're confident in. Called one here. Great job executing right near midfield.
Might be calling a hot route. To the air on first down. The short hands, it's Witherspoon. And he'll make his way out of bounds after the solid pickup.
Great timing there in that throw by the QB on the out route. Gets it to his guy just in time. He makes the catch, and his momentum takes him out of bounds.
Got some of the work done on first. Now let's see what they have on second down. To the ground with the back. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Trying to pick it up on the ground. Really nice job to convert that third down, and they've got it at the 33.
Offenses that are great on third downs, what do most of the time? They keep it in manageable situations where they're not predictable, not just dropping back to pass. They do it here on third and short. They convert. This offense has been so efficient on third downs all throughout this season.
Looking downfield on first down. The throw to the outside is complete. He'll be knocked out of bounds at the 29.
Yeah, and he runs a quick out route, and this is a timing route. Quarterback has to trust him, throw him the football. You can tell they've thrown this a time or two. Nice job, nice success.
Now on second down. Running back searching for a hole. Able to pick up a couple down to the 27. They're setting the tone on this opening drive. 10th play coming here on 3rd and short. On the ground, it's Riggs. And boy, is he close to that first down, maybe just a couple of inches short. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Fourth down and inches, and you go read any book you want to, any analytical measure, and it will tell you, go for it. Got a little space. Turning it on. He rumbles all the way down to the 2-yard line. He gave a little bit of everything on that one.
We're seeing analytics become a bigger part of college football each and every year, and there is a good example of it. Opening drive of the game, you're across the 50, 4th down, and it says run the ball and go for it. Even if you don't get it, your opponent's going to have to drive a ways. There's still a lot of football left to play. Hindsight's always 20/20, but that was an excellent decision by the head coach.
They've moved it forward to the 2. Now it's 2nd and goal. Trying to power it in. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
All right, well, they've been trying to run the football to get it in here. You're right on the doorstep. I like maybe setting up a jumbo formation, maybe going play action, see if you can sneak a guy out into the flat for the score.
Touchdown, Purdue! Fired in from the red zone for the score.
Man, great first drive by this offense. Capped off, 3rd and goal situation. A lot of thinking run. They got a perfect play scripted. Take advantage of the defense, get the passing touchdown, and get this party started right.
Getting set for the extra point after putting the scoreboard to work for the first time. And he's got the extra point, and it's 7-0 to start this one. They held the ball for 15 plays on that touchdown drive. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he's coming out of the end zone. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. The Ducks offense will go to work for the first time today. And they are led up front by a powerful offensive line that opens up an array of possibilities, Jesse.
No question, it's the identity of this offense. Multiple players up front that are going to play in the National Football League. This unit is going to be up for the Joe Moore Award at the end of the year for the outstanding O-line, David. They are going to try and establish the line of scrimmage with their physicality.
Man, it's a tremendous challenge with this defensive line because you know that. Like, you've got to be aggressive. You've got to be physical. I've got to take away their ability to run the football first. This unit's nasty. They're dirty. I love it.
And that's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's first down and the defense thinks you might be running the football, you still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. Looking to fire. They get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20.
You spread me out, I'm going to speed you up. Nice job. They go empty. Nobody in the backfield to help the quarterback block. The linebacker comes right up the gut, gets the quarterback, gets him on the ground.
To do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. Just threw that one away to avoid disaster. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. And the Ducks will punt this one away. They'll boot it away for the first time tonight. He was working his way toward midfield, but they'll stop him at the 46-yard line. The Boilermakers have it back, and here comes the offense. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. Handoff to the fullback. And I think they'll give him 2 on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up. Kept it on the ground on 1st down. Now back to the line. Second down, they'll go to the air. The quick out. And he goes out of bounds after a nice pickup on that one.
And a really good job focusing on the catch. A lot of people get lost on their feet and trying to stay in bounds, but did a good job catching the football first and then getting that 1 foot they needed in bounds.
On 3rd and short, they'll try to pick it up on the ground here. That defensive front just flat whipped them as they knock him down for a big loss.
Keep the foot on the pedal if you're on offense here. You got that yardage. Yeah, you didn't get the first down, but you've set yourself up now to go for it here and keep this drive alive.
So the offense is going to go for it on 4th down. Quarterback keeps it. Will not get there. A 4th down stop. Really important for a ranked team going into a hostile environment like this one, not to give the underdog reason to believe.
Yes, reason to believe, and don't give the fans reason to get jacked up and excited. Come out early, be in a business mode mindset.
You got to start fast. You got to have a sense of urgency. You cannot come sleepwalking.
Quarterback feeling that pressure, and he's knocked down at the 42.
This defense will bring pressure from the linebacker level, from the cornerback level, free safety level, and the strong safety level. They're bringing it from all over the field.
The Ducks with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. 2nd down, he'll throw it. Find some fresh air. There he goes. He'll step out of bounds just short of midfield. They'll mark it at the 49 after a good pickup on that play. They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Incomplete. He had to get rid of it before he wanted to. The defense put the heat on. The Ducks will send out the punt unit. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. And that one will bounce and roll out of bounds. Let's see exactly where they mark it. The Purdue offense heads back out to the field. They've got it back after that last drive stalled out, and they were stopped on 4th down, David.
Yeah, and they put a little bit of a drive together, but, Jesse, they stalled on the other side of the field, and they got to find a way to keep that momentum going as they get closer to the end zone.
I agree. I do like their mindset, though, and I think they need to continue being aggressive moving forward in this game.
So now it's 2nd and long. He'll take it himself. Just searching and working for the running room as he gets it out to the 26.
And, RD, it's completely changed the game. Like, now it's 11-on-11 football. The quarterback used to hand it off and stand there and watch the play. Now he's very much involved in the play. He's running the football so much, and even when he's not, he's making somebody go with him and cover him. So the quarterback scrambling, the quarterback running, has completely changed the way people play defense. Don't complicate things. Give it to the big fella. By the way, the fullback who blocks all the time, does all the dirty work. Hand it to him. Let him plow ahead, Palmer, and get that 1st down.
Are we in a time warp? Like, what year is this? Is this 1995? We're handing off to fullbacks again. That's a play that is basically extinct now in college football, but I love it because it caught the defense off guard, able to get a nice one there.
The Boilermakers look to keep this drive humming. Wants to throw on first down. That's reeled in. It's Gentry. They'll pick up 4, 2nd and 6 coming.
Now, you've seen the evolution of these slot receivers. They're just matchup nightmares. They're hard to get your hand on. A lot of times, they're off the football. You can't jam them. These guys are so productive, and offenses really feature their best players most time in those slot positions.
Line getting set on 2nd down. They'll go to the fullback. And he's able to bounce off one tackle for a solid pickup.
And the fullbacks, usually are typically in there to block, right? Those are the big, strong guys that usually lead the way for the running back. But occasionally you slip it to them, and you probably don't do it too much and don't make a living off it. But when you get a nice little chunk like this, maybe you find another way to give him the football.
They'll try to move the chains on the ground. That'll be enough for the first down as they stop him at the 43-yard line.
This is an offense that leads the nation in first downs because there's so many different ways they can attack you. They're versatile. They could throw it. They could run it. They've got so much balance, and that's what makes them so hard to stop.
The Boilermakers back to the line on first down. Let's see if they keep leaning on this running game. Looking to throw on first down. And wings it incomplete.
And I think on that last play, that's an example of the quarterback trying to predetermine who he wants to throw to, and instead of letting the defense dictate who gets the ball. Man coverage, that guy was not open that time out on the perimeter of the field. Still, he gave him a chance, but that thing had incompletion written all over it from the moment the ball left his hand.
That's the end of the period, and Purdue has the lead. Guys, let's have a look at the stats as we've played one period. Lots of time left and ready to go back at it here in the second quarter. They had a chance to talk over this third down play to open the period. A designed run for the quarterback. They'll make the stop about 3 yards short of the first down.
36-yard line. Now, a 4th down.
They'd be looking at a 53-yard field goal from here. Instead, they'll try to pick it up on 4th down. Tries to get it on the ground. Oh, he's got some space. All down, and they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down.
This is a running back, man, that just finds a way to get it done. Critical 4th down, everyone thinking they're going to throw the football, but they hand it off to him, and he helps keep this drive alive.
Wants to go up top on first down. Good timing on the quick out. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
How about this offense? They're rolling. They got a couple first downs together. Defense. Next, what's your response? What do you got? You got to make some adjustments here.
And the Boilermakers have it with a 1st and 10.
Here we go. 2-0.
Trying to cap this drive with the pass. And the throw out to the sideline, good for just a few yards.
I love the anticipation on that throw by the QB on the out route. You got to throw it before the receiver comes out of his break. Nice work.
Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. Run it with the fullback. They stop him in his tracks, tried to sneak that fullback loose and nothing doing.
And that's why he is an All-American caliber player. He is just so physical and dominant against the run. He's able to shed blockers, use his athleticism, use his speed, get to the ball carrier and bring him down. Simply one of the best box defenders you're going to find in the entire country.
So nice when you're an offense and you get in these third and shorts and you know the defense has to be aggressive, has to commit guys up front, especially in the red zone area. Nice job by this offense, slipping in the pass, getting rid of the football, setting up a 1st and goal.
And after yet another 3rd down conversion, they've got it 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Boilermaker! That touchdown gives his team a pretty significant lead at this point.
And that's what you want. You want to start fast. You want everything to come out and start clicking, make some plays. It doesn't always work that way, but when you do, man, the energy, the crowd, everybody's into it. Now the other team better respond.
The kick is good, but the penalty flag indicates we've got a roughing the kicker call coming.
Personal foul. Roughing the kicker. Defense.
The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Kickoff unit is out there again, and this crowd is feeling themselves after that last drive. Just unloaded on that kickoff. Don't have to worry about a return on a kick like that. They'll bring it out to the 25. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. We'll see if they can be a little more productive this time around. A 3-and-out the last time they had the ball. Rides to back and leaves it. Crosses the 30 to the 31 on a 6-yard pickup.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
And the Ducks can play this 2nd down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. From the gun, the running back looking for room. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
You love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
It's 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. Looking to throw on 1st down. Quickly to the tight end. Found enough room to get it into enemy territory. They're down at the 43-yard line. That throw and catch, a really good example of why coaches don't want a quarterback to get stuck on a particular target, isn't it, David?
Yep, it's exactly right. Find the guy who's open because you got so many guys that have so much speed that can do so much damage on the field. Find my matchup, get it to him, let him do the rest.
He stopped at the 32, picks up 10 on the play and gets the 1st down.
When you get man-to-man coverage and you're running that curl, I got to sell him deep. I got to get a little bit of space where I can make him thinking I'm running deep, and then I sit down real quick, QB, wide receiver on the same page, 1st down.
Making sure they have good balance, keeping it on the ground. Nose is ahead to the 30-yard line, a pickup of 1.
All season long, we've been watching this defense dominate against the run. They're the #1 rush defense in the entire country. With a big lead in this game, you cannot run the ball and expect to win and get back in it.
Looking for room, it's Bender. Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a 1st down. The Ducks pounded the rock to move the sticks, now back to work. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. Defense there to stop him after he picked up a yard. Ball's at the 17. Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. The give to the running back from the shotgun. He stopped at the 14-yard line, and they'll stay on the attack from there.
And this offense has put a nice drive together. I don't mind the run on second down. We're not in a hurry. We actually want to use a lot of this clock, but more importantly, we want to punch this in the end zone. We want to cut into this lead, gain some momentum. We've struggled this first half, but we can end on a high note.
Perfect timing to call that pass play. It's 3rd and short down here in the red zone. Everybody in the stadium expecting you to run the football, and if you don't get it, maybe you kick a field goal.
And he'll haul it in and take it to the end zone. Touchdown, Oregon! An impressive, long, methodical, meticulous drive ends in points.
They just matriculated the ball down the field, didn't they, Reese? So impressive. Didn't see a lot of explosive plays, but how about the execution? Running and throwing the football. Wow.
And he takes this from inside the 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. The Boilermakers have it back, and here comes the offense. They took advantage of outstanding field position the last time they had it, and now they'll have a little more work to do to get on the board. Give to the running back. Tried to move that pile forward. He maybe gets 2. He's down at the 21. After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. The hand to the running back. Keeps it moving for a 3-yard gain to the 24.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
That'll be enough for a fresh set of downs. He gets it to the 32.
You know, we talk about quarterbacks having to make quick decisions, and I think you saw it on that play. Nobody open downfield, and he just decided to take off.
And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down. Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. They'll try the run. And he's stuffed by that big defensive tackle up front. Now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Finds his man. It's Gentry. He gets it up to the 37-yard line, and let's see if they're willing to gamble on 4th down.
Ooh, and that's a nice sigh of relief for the defense too, right? There was a broken tackle. The guy made it look like he was going to pick up the first, but because of great effort defensively, they were able to get the stop, and now they're setting up 4th down.
To the 43-yard line, and a first down for this offense.
And I like this. I like aggressiveness, especially early in ball games. Set the tone. I'm going to go for it. I'm going to play 4-down football. Nowadays, it makes a lot of sense. You see it with analytics. Go for it, even if it's in your own territory.
To the air on first down. And he's got his man along the sideline. He'll come up a little short of the first down. Offense working from the pistol. The give to the back. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Man, not much wiggle room for the ball carrier there.
I'm not really sure what they can do to try to create some space.
I know. Block better. How about the offensive lineman push some guy backwards and make some holes?
In the gun and looking to throw on 3rd down. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up. Now on 4th down and 5, they'll try to move the chains. Calls his own number. Dragged down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down.
And it's aggressive, right? You're in your own territory, going for it on 4th down, and it can be scary to think about if you don't get it. You set them up with good field position. But I like trusting your offense, knowing you can go out there and get the first down.
The Boilermakers kept this drive moving on the ground, now back to work. Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7. Long drive continues as the offense keeps working the ball down the field. They'll leave it with him. Got enough for the first. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. The Boilermakers back to the line on first down. Let's see if they keep leaning on this running game. Looking downfield on first down. And he dropped it. Just didn't look the thing all the way in.
Good, wide open, big play opportunity. Hits him right between the numbers. You got to make that play. Those are one of those where I tap my helmet like, dude, that was me. That was on me. My bad. Give me another opportunity later on.
And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. It'll be 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
QBs and receivers on 3rd down, everything has to happen just a split second sooner. You're expecting pressure, the quarterback gets hit, just not on the same page with his target.
It's wise not to be too greedy, and they'll go ahead and send out the field goal unit. Knocked it right through, showing that big range from 48 yards out. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Notre Dame is trailing right now, but they are not out of this. I remember Rocket Ismail wake up the echoes all by himself. Let's see if this group can come back. It's a touchdown game. They're trailing by 7 to Stanford. We promise to keep you posted on what goes down in this exciting college football matchup.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. From the gun, he leaves it with the back. Moving past the 25. A really productive run gets it up to the 31-yard line before he goes out of bounds. And they'll line up from the 31 on first down. We're at the 2-minute timeout, and these guys really need to build a little momentum to cut into this lead before halftime. First down here for the offense. Wants to throw on first down. Complete to the right. He's loose. He's at the... And he got away from the defense and takes it in. Touchdown, Ducks!
And I tell you what, that passing touchdown, man, that should spark this whole team. Like, the comeback is more than on now. Like, they got the touchdown. They cut into the lead. You want to get a stop and go into the half, get all the juices, all the excitement, and be like, listen, the passing game's rolling. We got this. The comeback's in full effect.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Plenty of time left in the half here as they take over, but they will want to be efficient here in the final 2 minutes. The give to the lone running back. Now after that run, they're in pretty good shape at the 30-yard line. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Wants to go up top. That's caught. It's Gentry. Finally stopped at the 46 after a 15-yard gain. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. On first down, here comes this offense. Looking to throw on first down. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
Well, they're trying to get the big fella the football in the passing game, but they haven't been able to do that yet. He is a really nice target with his size and his athleticism, but him and the QB, they just don't seem to be on the same page right now.
And a decent gain there before the defense makes the stop.
Listen, you got to be able to know what play to call and what hole to go through. Like, the line blocks for a certain hole. Good job getting through the hole, getting what was blocked, getting a nice positive gain, making your situation really good on the next down.
He might want another play. Wants to throw on third down. Caught close to the marker. It's Witherspoon. He steps out of bounds at the 41-yard line. The Boilermakers will snap it on 1st and 10. Wants to go up top on first down. Finds his tight end. Just a quick rhythm throw there and really good use of the tight end.
Yeah, good use of the big fella. I mean, go through your progressions real quick. You can't find anything, get the easy gain. Don't take a shot down the field all the time. Take those shots later, but take those easy, wide-open opportunities to get some positive chunks.
From the 36, a third down, and you wonder if they're willing to take 2 plays to get the first. Here's a heat. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
Yeah, and on money down defensively, you got to find ways to affect the quarterback. Nice job by the defense, getting the pressure, getting to him, getting a hit on him, and forcing the incompletion, and now forcing the 4th down.
They're throwing for it on 4th down. Complete and looking for enough for the first down. He'll step out of bounds right at the 27. The new popular phrase for a favored team not really coming out of the gates quickly is that they're playing with their food. There are a lot of peas being pushed around the plate right now, guys.
Yeah, Reese, they've been stumbling around. They've been making mistakes and shooting themselves in the foot in this game. But, David, I think you also have to give credit to the underdog in this game because they're just playing with more intensity. They look like they want it more.
Oh, dude, when you come out the gates in the first quarter, it's adrenaline, it's passion, it's being talked about as the underdog. As this game goes on, can they keep that intensity up? Right now, they're doing a heck of a job.
He had all kinds of company as soon as he got it. He had to fight his way back just to get to the line of scrimmage. And the Boilermakers come to the line on 3rd down, trying to keep this drive alive. They'll try to pick it up on the ground. Breaks into the open. The tackle is made, but he's got it first and goal from the 6.
This is a top 25 offense in college football, and I like what they do. They can run the football on 3rd downs when they need to. They show you right there. They've got some balance to them. They really know who they are. They have a good identity, and that's why they've been so successful this season.
After getting nothing, it's 2nd and goal from the 6. The run up the middle, looking for the score. They get him on the ground at the 3-yard line, but this defense is taking some punches. The offense calls timeout. It's the 2nd one they've used this half. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. Wants to throw for it on 3rd and goal. Wideout trying to get it in. And they will score! Touchdown, Purdue!
Man, what great offensive execution. You talk about addressing a 2-minute situation and using almost all of the clock, adding to your lead, and creating more momentum going into the half. Great execution by this offense.
Getting set for the point after. And with the extra point, they're now up by a touchdown and a field goal at 10. They held the ball for 15 plays on that touchdown drive. They're ready to kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score. On the run from inside his own 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. And with time running out here in the first half, this offense will choose to take a knee. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Fellas, yeoman's work so far in West Lafayette today, and welcome into the halftime update. And a lot of coaches will say limiting the big plays and maybe hitting on a few yourself is key. But I'm more of a move the chains guy. Give me efficiency every day of the week and twice on Saturday. The offensive unit that subscribes to the less is more philosophy might be the one that leaves here today with a big fat W. And with that, let's send it back to the guys at Ross-Ade Stadium.
Thanks for that halftime report, Kevin. The Boilermakers will kick it away to start the second half. Bringing it out. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. If they're going to get on top in this game, they're going to have to find a way to get the running game going in the second half.
Agree, so it can create some more balance, some more unpredictability. I feel like this defense has got a good beat on what they're doing, especially if they don't mix it up a little bit. So I do look for a little second half running the football ball right of this group.
And I think the thing, Dave, is they just got to be more physical. I don't think this is a scheme question about trying different run plays. I think it's up to the big fellas up front. They've just got to make the decision that they're going to be tougher here in the second half so that they can win this game.
And he's brought down after a nice gain.
And a great job by the QB finding the running back, getting the football where he can do some damage after the catch, and most importantly, get the first down.
Now from the 36-yard line, it's 1st and 10. Out of the gun, the running back has it. This freshman makes the stop after a short gain.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. Back to pass. Fires to the tight end. And he'll run across the sidelines after the good gain.
Important in the passing game that it's not just receivers doing all the work. You got to get running backs involved. You got to get your big fellas. You got to get the tight ends going too.
The Ducks come to the ball trying to pick up this 3rd and short. They'll try to get it through the air. Grabbed behind the line. It's Bender. He couldn't find anywhere to go, and now it's 4th down. And here comes the punt team. He'll get it out to about the 20-yard line, and that's where they'll mark him down. The Purdue offense heads back out to the field. They'll go to the ground. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
If you're going to stop the run game, you better be physical up front on the defensive line. They've got some maulers. They've got some dudes with bad intentions. Nice play there.
Finds the tight end. He'll get it up to about the 32-yard line before he's stopped, and it'll be 1st down.
It's a nice play call there. You've got 2-possession lead. You're trying to keep the defense guessing, right? Because you've got that lead. They know you're going to run it, but you still have got to be able to sprinkle in some shot plays and some vertical throws. That was really, really good thinking on that last play call by the offense.
3 tight ends in the formation on 1st and 10. The give to the fullback. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. Looking to fire. Just a bit of a misfire there as they can't make the connection.
Yeah, and I don't know what happened. He didn't look open as it is, and the QB's trying to make a play, trying to force the ball, but at least he threw it where his guy could catch it or nobody could catch it.
They want to run this quarterback. He's not going to make it. What a job by this defense to stop him in his tracks.
And a running game can be really hard to stop when you got so many guys that can do some damage, and this defense is taking some licks. This QB's made him look silly a couple of times, but they're starting to adjust. Gotta like that play right there, getting to him and getting him on the ground.
The Boilermakers will try to pin them back with the punt. First time we've seen their punt team tonight. Fields the punt. Wants to make a play. Not able to pop the big return, but they've got the ball back and ready to go with a fresh possession. Out of the gun, the inside handoff, looking for a crease. That That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
Well, it's a negative play trying to run the football, and I think if you're on offense, you got to be thinking about throwing it now. You're trailing by a lot. You got to get back in this game. You need tempo, and you need explosive plays through the air.
Fakes the grab. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they get it out to the 36.
He's tackled.
Nice job by the receiver there, running the drag route against zone coverage, finding the soft spot, making it easy on his quarterback to get the completion. He turns it upfield, and he moves the sticks.
Pulls it in. It's Corn. Nice gain on that play, but a little bit short of the first down.
I like the decision by the quarterback here. Just get the ball out of your hands, get it to your playmaker. A lot of times he'll dance and make even bigger plays than he did here, but it was still a positive game.
And the Ducks with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Off play action. Looking left. And the pass is incomplete thanks to a big hit.
And the big tight end, a lot of times that's a bigger strike zone, a bigger dude, and you can tell they put the hit on him, and that ball came out, and it came to the turf. Nice job playing physical by this defense.
Wants to throw again. And he's going to be just short of the first down. He's going to bring up a decision for this coach. The Ducks line up to punt it away. 4th time tonight we've seen this guy come on to punt. You'd think they would have had a good chance to down that one deep, but the bounce carries it into the end zone for the touchback. The Boilermakers have it back, and here comes the offense. They'll have another opportunity to extend this lead after punting last time, David.
And it's
Turning it on! Got enough for the first down. That'll be enough for a fresh set of downs. He gets it to the 32.
How do you not respect the big fellas? This doesn't take you back in the time machine to the days when a fullback was on the field every single play. Then you're missing out because fullbacks are awesome. They're just low maintenance. They're not divas like wide receivers. They just block most of the time, don't say much. And then you give them the football, and occasionally you get some big plays like this, and they hit somebody so hard they got snot bubbles coming out of their nose.
Leaves it with the running back. Got behind those pads and picked up 3 out to the 35.
He's brought down at the 35. Brings up 2nd down.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line 2nd and 7.
Come on, set.
Quarterback keeper. Gets it to the 42-yard line, and that's a first down.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the 3rd quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical, and they're trying to stay on the field.
The Boilermakers have it with a 1st and 10.
29 Philly. 2-9 Philly.
Looking to throw on 1st down. Just a short pass to the tight end. Nice pickup there. Gets him the 1st down and sets him up at the 45-yard line. Really good job working through his progression. You get it to him quickly, and the big tight end has a chance to run a little.
And a really good job by the QB throwing an accurate throw. I got to hit those guys on the move, on the run, so they can do this. They can catch the football, get upfield, and chew up some extra yards.
Now a 1st down from the 45-yard line.
Flag. Flag. Flag.
The give to the big fullback. Got the 1st down and more. And the defense finally makes the stop after the sweet run and good gain.
Well, that's just on the defense. I'm sorry. Fullbacks are not supposed to be able to rip off big runs like that. The defense, they better do a better job tackling as this game goes on.
And the Boilermakers pounded the rock to move the sticks. Now back to work.
Set, ready.
Power football with the run. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
And it's been a struggle for the run game for this offense. Man, this is something they hang their hat on. You saw last week, you saw the highlights, and just give it to the running back. Let him do his thing. Haven't been able to get him going. I don't know what's going on, but they got to find a way to get their talented back some space so he can make some plays.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10.
Military, stunned. Ready, go.
On the move. A pickup of 8 now to convert this 3rd and 2.
That's a big key for this offense. Now, you've got the lead here in the second half. You want to run the football. You got to just keep getting positive yards. You got to keep the third downs manageable so you can stay on the field, bleed the clock. That's going to be the key for this offense and their team winning the game.
The Boilermakers come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to keep the drive alive.
Let's go.
Wants to throw on 3rd. Makes the grab. It's Gentry. They'll make the stop about a yard short of the first down.
Offense.
He's been a matchup problem all season long. Defenses just don't know how to solve the puzzle. And with that last catch, over 500 yards receiving now on the year for him.
And here comes the field goal unit for the 2nd time tonight. He'll line it up from the right side, a 37-yarder coming up. Field goal is good. And that lead grows even bigger. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Big one in the Big 12, and take a look at how things are playing out here. Utah is putting on a show offensively. They've built up a comfortable lead against an opponent that's really been outmanned. They're up by 17 over BYU. For now, it's back to you, fellas, but of course, if anything changes from Big 12 country, you'll hear about it here.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. They'll try to put something together, backed up a bit, starting at their own 13. Takes a handoff. It's Bender. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
And coming out in the second half, this offense, they needed to establish this run game. They needed to get something going. They're losing. They've got to find a way to get a flow, to get a rhythm. And so far here to start this second half, defense picking up where it left off.
And the completion to the sideline, a solid pickup, but not enough for the first down.
This defense is going to have to be careful. Not only do they have to worry about this guy running the football, but they've got to keep their eye on him when he runs routes too. He is a versatile back.
Tight end finds a soft spot. He'll have the first down as he gets it to the 28-yard line before he's stopped. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. One back in the backfield, he gets the carry. Knocked down after getting 6 all the way out to the 34-yard line. As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. Wants to fire on 2nd down. Got a man, it's Corn. And he's got enough for a first down. Now to see if they have enough time to snap it again here in the 3rd. And you want to talk about his favorite receiver, it might be everybody based on the number of guys getting touches and a chance to show off their hands in the passing game. When you're dealing with a deficit like this, it's all about somebody stepping up to make a play, and you might as well start here in the 4th quarter. They go back to work with the first down in the final period of this one. Quick completion to the right. And an absolutely fearless tackle, giving up size, still got him on the turf.
I think think if you're the head coach at this point, you're telling your offense, it doesn't matter what's happened up to this point in the game. Obviously, things haven't gone our way, but we have a chance to execute in a 2-minute situation and give ourselves a chance to win. Let's go do it one play at a time.
Well, the defense didn't get caught napping there. In this situation, you know they have to stay alert for the deep ball.
Yeah, so what defense am I going to call? I'm going to keep some DBs back deep. I'm going to keep my safety a little bit deeper, understanding they're down. They're going to have to attack down the field. I'm going to stick to my passing sets, my nickels, my dimes.
The Ducks send out the punt unit. That leg is staying loose. Already the 5th kick of the night. Yet another punt on the way. Got to make sure that hamstring stays loose. He's been busy. They'll get him down at the 21-yard line. The coverage team able to stop him right there. The Purdue offense heads